Hello everyone, a brand new edition of Kick Ons with the best in the business in Kane Corns and Josh Jenkins, who are ready to launch into a huge show. Kano, welcome.
Finals come early, Richo. How about the Sunday Slater games? We'll dive into Fremantle and my Western Bulldogs and my Hawks and Brisbane on Sunday. Looking forward to that.
Hello, Forrest Gump.
It's an organic. Don't really know what the reference is.
Your top button done up.
Well, I haven't seen the movie.
Come on.
Stop the show. What happened to the homework we gave you?
Hasn't seen the movie.
Oh, I'm locked into
Shawshank Redemption?
It's footy season. I'll get to a few movies at the end of the year. Organic. Were you for or against the play-in games, the format, the wild cards? Are you for or against? Because we've got the organic version this weekend.
We do with the elimination.
Yes.
I'm for because I want more footy. Heaps more footy because I'm devastated the season's coming to an end.
More money.
And I've got to put my hand up and say I completely messed up.
What a surprise.
You know what? I overestimated the ability of West Coast.
You did.
I thought that they would keep going with momentum, and I knew I was shot with our footy trip, so I apologise.
The Dogs beat everyone by 1 million at Marvel, particularly teams who aren't much good.
Don't bully me. I tell you had a bad beat.
Oh, shocker. A real
Tom
shocker.
Green at 30 possessions.
This was looking very good.
A minute to go, you're on 29.
Yeah, look at it. Look at this. Just
Come on, Turbo.
A toe poke.
Come on, Turbo.
Handball, something.
Give it to him.
Just kick it off the ground. I don't care. Get me one possession. That hurt. That really hurt. My over and unders were terrible as well. I had a bad week. I've just come smack bang down to
Well, you
earth.
called yourself the messiah of punting.
Oh, hello.
And
the man who invented the game had a little flex
Still
back.
got a handy lead.
I tell you what, there were a couple that went my way. Nick Dacos, that didn't go our way, but he was rolling until three-quarter time. Fell asleep in the last quarter. Not sure what happened there. You called it the most confident you've been about a bet all season long. But good to get a couple back. Not many games left in the entire season, so we've got to keep rolling.
And keep following us on Kick-Ons on the feed. Absolutely love it. And also individually, they've got extraordinary numbers, these two. Let's get stuck into the game of the year. We're going to build up to an unbelievable Sunday. Dogs, Freo, who wins?
I think the Dogs will win. How could you go against them with the list that they've got? They're absolutely stacked. They're playing at Marvel, where I think they're 14 and 16 of their last games. They've got the two forwards who are flying, and they've got the best midfield in it. Their midfield is really strong and powerful. They score the most from stoppage of any other team. Can you make a case, JJ, for Fremantle?
I'm taking Freo. I'm tipping Freo head-to-head. In part, the punter in me is taking the price. The price is just not reasonable at all. Fremantle have got probably the most impressive road CV of any team, maybe outside of Brisbane. They've gone to the Gold Coast and won. They've gone to Western Sydney and won. They've been able to win games on the road in big spots. The price is silly. I'll take the price head-to-head and the line. I think they can get the job done. They're going to be responding from what we know was a pretty disappointing performance. They'll be steeled. They will come over 2 days early on the plane, lock into the hotel, and I think they'll get the job done.
Okay, how do they lock down Sam Darcy and Aaron Norton? What do they do there?
Yeah, well, the astronaut's unstoppable. We know that. Sam Darcy kicked 5 last time, so it's got to be about what they do around the footy. They can't allow the Dogs to be chaining the footy inside 50 because he'll do this against anyone. So it's not about Pearce or Brendan Cox or those guys. It's about limiting the supply.
So I just wonder, with the two ruck setup that Fremantle have got, are they going to play the old-fashioned kick behind the play ruckman, Sean Wren style, Richo?
I like it.
The Adelaide Crows days of the late 90s, the best behind the play ruckman we've seen. Can Darcy do that? Plonky's big frame. This is Sean Darcy, of course, not Sam. And just put a big body in front of that man and Norton. And then when Jackson's in the ruck, can he flood back as well, use his aerobic engine to get back and play a kick behind as a ruckman?
Okay, how many is he going to kick? So there's the goal markers.
3.
You're taking 3?
Yep.
Yeah, I think you can ladder this one, Jace. 3, 4,
nice.
5. Stake it correctly.
What's the return on that?
Get a profit. Well, you need to put a little bit more on 3 than the others so you get your investment back. I mean, he's just so reliable. He's a great set shot. We saw the goal from nothing in a congested situation. So he's reliable. Pearce is a pretty good matchup. There aren't that many better matchups in the competition for him. He's going to... What Pearce can do against him is get in early and do that body work early so he can't get the run and jump, because when he gets the run and jump, arms up, can't stop him.
if Freo are going to win, it's going to be in the midfield. They need to be awesome. Caleb Sarong's the guy.
Yeah, he is the guy, and he is this is their numbers in losses this season. You can see that absolutely off the cliff from their stoppage point of view and their pressure around the footy. So that's going to have to be a huge factor, particularly against the Western Bulldogs, as we touched on, and this guy is central to that. Now, he hasn't got a good record when he's tagged. You've called him the most taggable player in football, JJ. We know the Western Bulldogs. We know the Western Bulldogs will not tag him. We know that for a fact.
Yep.
So all eyes on him. Young, we'll wait and see with selection. Of course, Sunday game, we don't have that right now, but he's such an important player as well, Hayden Young. And Brayshaw's got to get going.
Now, we know they don't hard tag, but I reckon Garcia and I reckon Sanders and these guys have just paid a little bit more attention to opposition mids. I tell you what, I know you've
38 and 15 clearances last time.
But as a coach, right, I know you've got your system, but when you see someone like Sarong and numbers when he's not tagged, numbers when he is tagged, how do you not break your system?
Are you going to change everything right now for a cutthroat game?
I don't know if you need to change everything, but if you sit on him and get it done, you're halfway home.
It's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, I would be doing that. Yeah. I would be doing that, but history would say that they won't, and they never have. Really.
And then you live and die by the sword.
And you will, and they'll back their own midfield. Like Richards is flying, Bond's flying, Libba's going well. So they've got a pretty good midfield as well that Fremantle are going to have to look at.
What about, just quickly, what about Adam Treloar? Of course, we're recording before teams. I'm not picking Adam Treloar. No chance.
I would have given that 5 seconds thought and said no.
Well, especially in the midfield.
You gave it 2 and still said no.
Especially in midfield that's absolutely humming.
Well,
Why would
that's
you
the point.
That?
And when he has come back off a long layoff, I know he had the game in the VFL, he's looked horrible. So to put
him 40 in the VFL?
Yeah, I know, but this is a different prospect. This is a final on a fast
Will Hayes is having 40 and he's a horse trainer.
Why not give him another 2 weeks if you get through and then have the discussion for the first final after he's got some more conditioning in the legs?
Okay, can I look forward to the Premiership? And if I'm looking at Premiership markets, can I ask you this question? Can Adelaide win it if Isaac Rankin doesn't play?
It's easier to say no.
It is.
It's easier to say. It's silly to say no, but it's easier to say no because if you think about one of the 3 finals, if they're to go through in 3 finals, one of those, they're not going to just roll. One of those finals is going to need a moment or a couple of moments, a goal from nothing, a clearance from nowhere, a 5-minute burst from someone, and he's their man.
So I think the best example of what JJ's saying is the Hawthorn game a couple of weeks ago on the Friday night. They were challenged heavily, Adelaide, and he was the one. Rankin was the one from stoppage. He had the Hardwick matchup, just a couple of goals out of absolutely nothing, set one up for Phil Thorpe, and they just use him wherever they need him. So forward, not working, get him around the footy like they did against West Coast, and he's the game changer for them. So they're going to notice his absence so much when they are challenged, and that's going to happen in finals. And then who are their small forwards? Rochelli's going to come back with a lack of conditioning. Benny Keys is solid, but he's not polished.
More of a tackling machine.
It's going to be a Lockie Murphy type. And often these finals are won, or the most damaging forwards are the smalls, not the talls, which I've been saying all year.
And I love Keezer because he has the baby all on the arm, so give me a tick there. The eyes of the footy world will be on Saturday at 1:20 when Adelaide goes up against North Melbourne.
Oh, will it?
Oh, this will be huge.
Yeah, huge. Huge, Richo. I mean, there's some... We've had some...
Have to lock them in.
To add to that, we're going to watch a couple of very dour defenders who deserve some All-Australian love, whether they get it or not.
You've got everyone in your All-Australian... This guy, the amount of names he's mentioned for the All-Australian team, but he doesn't have to pick a 22.
Mate,
he just chucks names out there.
You're a little sensitive at the moment, aren't you?
His All-Australian team, Richo, would have 44 names in it. JJ, there's 22 spots.
Just put the ones in that I've backed.
He's an All-Australian. Oh, okay, all right. Well, who's going to miss out?
I'll send you the notes. Just make sure you get them in. But these 2 guys, Worrell and Keane, now they've been my worry all season long.
I guess they're both in your All-Australian team.
The tall defenders, well, look at the numbers. 25 intercept possessions combined, 20 rebound 50s. Both, we have not seen that type of number from 2 players on the same team this year. They were off the charts against Collingwood. Hopefully they don't have to defend 70 inside 50s a game, but if they do, you know they can do it. Okay,
there's a lot of discussion about the top 8, 9 into 8, but what about the top 4? It might end up being Gold Coast versus Essendon might determine. Gold Coast might get in and bump Collingwood
Absolutely, yeah. I think Adelaide would be hoping that's the case. I think they would fancy themselves very, very nicely against Gold Coast in Adelaide.
Last time.
So I think that is the preferred matchup. But there it is. There's the market for it. It's hard to make a case for the Giants there. Hawthorn's game against Brisbane, vital. Can a team win it like Brisbane did from outside the top 4?
Well, history has to tell you no. What's it been done twice in the last 10 or 15, 20 years?
Well, so
It's
it's
vital.
a chance then.
So, well, it can happen. Is it going to happen in back-to-back years? Not sure. There are teams who can probably do it. Others, you doubt it. But this is going to be a great game.
Oh, so good.
Now, Brisbane have got to respond to their own response.
Yeah.
That's honestly where they're at. Every time they put in a poor game, they respond and they look like the best team in footy. Then they go and regress a little bit.
They've probably got 8 players out of their best 22, Brisbane. So this is a great time for Hawthorn to get them, albeit at the Gabba. But the Hawks are going really well. Their game is in good order. Their back six is flying. Their small forwards are so damaging. Their midfield is the one concern, but the Lions without Berry, who's got the pop shoulder, without Lachie Neale, what an opportunity it is for Hawthorn to perhaps get themselves a spot in the top 4. I don't think those odds are reflective of how close this game will be.
They're back to this stuff as well. They're back to the free-flowing,
my man,
wide open. Now, he is your man, positive version of it. That's a great kick to a forward. Any forward would love that type of supply. But this, on the wide open MCG, the Hawks are back to what they look like last year. They're so unstoppable in space. They've got such great synergy as a group. Their midfield's not deep and powerful, but their flankers and their wingers get involved and they get space at the back and their forwards get opportunities. At the Gabba, not as long, but it's still wide, so there might be opportunities for them to use the ball. Zach Bailey, airborne.
Oh, best Zach since Ephraim.
Is he hang on. Is he nice? Is he in your All-Australian team?
He'd be my sub.
Yeah, he'd be, of course. There is no sub. There is no sub, but he's still having
There's
in
a
the
sub
All-Australian
every other
team.
week.
Yeah.
But
he was so good
since
against
Lachie
Freo.
Neale's gone down. He's been massive. 50 touches, 18 score involvements, and 4 goals. Since Neale's gone out of the team. All he needed, Kane, was more opportunity.
Yeah, and this is a credit to him because, I mean, it's pretty selfless for him to play the role that he usually plays, knowing that that's what he's capable of if he had more midfield minutes. So I think it is a good problem for Chris Fagan to have. Yeah, you can't tackle him, Cam Rayner, but with the amount of midfielders that they've got, I think Bailey gets squeezed out because they say, well, you can play another role where the Fletchers can't. The Ashcrofts can't, and Berry can't, and Dunkley can't really, and Neale can't. So Bailey's the one that often gets squeezed
Fletcher can
out.
play anywhere.
Fletcher
he is
extraordinary.
Absolute
Buy
gun.
the stock in him, Richo. I know you're a big stock market man.
It's gone through the roof.
I know, but it's going to continue. It's going to continue to rise.
What about Dayne Zorko? And I love you identified it during the week and on agenda setters. The kicking of Dayne Zorko.
It is extraordinary. Like his ability to drop the ball in between 4 opposition players. Now, sometimes they don't hit and you go back and you get scored against because he's so aggressive, but not often. So, I mean, this kick here, I reckon that's the best kick I've seen this year. That's in 4 Fremantle defenders just dropped it in that spot. So, is anyone going to put some time into him though?
What I love about him, I think the Hawks will put a little bit of time into him. I think this has been the magnet move of the decade.
Yeah.
It honestly has changed the fortunes of that foot. They don't win the Premiership if he doesn't go to half back. Kane'S Coleman goes down. I heard Chris Fagan on radio, might have been with you, talk about, they thought they had it up their sleeve, never went to it. He is as good a kick as you can, because it happens so fast. He gets it, he makes his decision, ball's on his foot, it's gone.
Is he in your All-Australian team?
Yes.
Yes.
I knew it.
He liked his own work there. So how good is that? Brisbane versus Hawthorn. It's that big on a Sunday night. You'll be there. Channel 7 said, you know what? Essendon and Carlton get stuff. We don't want
Smart
that.
move.
We want Sunday night.
Business decision.
And be fair too. Don't just go and talk to the Hawks boys.
No, I love Brisbane as well.
Go and see the Brisbane.
I like Brisbane.
I don't want to see photos of you and Mabior and all these guys.
JJ, I can't lose. I love Logan Morris. I love my Brisbane Lions. But my Hawks, that's where my heart is.
Yeah.
But I'll be happy either way.
Who's on notice? I know there's a lot of love at the moment from you, but if you're going to be a little nasty, who's on notice?
I'm a bit fed up, to be honest.
Oh.
Yeah, I am.
Really? That's unlike you. What happened?
I'm fed up with Jordan
JDG.
His reputation, I've got to be careful, versus what he delivers.
Since when have you been careful?
Is not where it should be. It's not in alignment.
Hey.
I'm talking about a 10-year career. We perceive Jordan Ngoe as a star of the game, but he's just not. He's a moments player
He's an impact player
who's had a couple of very good moments, and I think of one prelim final where it was awesome.
Finals.
I think of a big moment in a grand final. So he's a moments player, He's never been a consistent star. The players that I respect the most are those that consistently do it week after week after week, and it hasn't been the case for Jordan. I think that's largely around his preparation, but now's his time. I mean, they're so reliant, unfairly so, on Nick Dacos that they need the talent around Nick to step up. You can't be having Jordan De Goey touching the footy 11 times in a game of footy.
He's only 3 games back in.
He's played 7 for the year, but I look at...
Correct. Give him time physically.
To be fair on him, if he's going to have an impact, it has to be as a key forward. He's never really had the conditioning to play mid anyway. Now he hasn't had a pre-season, so he's going to have a less conditioning. If he's going to have an impact, he has to be... Maybe it is 12 disposals, but it has to be 3 or 4 goals and maybe setting up.
He's been back for 3 games now. It's time to go. Yeah. It's time to go. Your team needs you, and your team needs your stars to stand up. And unfortunately, throughout the consistent aspect of his career, he hasn't been able to do that.
You might want to grab a pen because JJ wants to talk all Australian. Yeah. And when he talks all Australian, I take notice.
Very generous.
He put in some futures.
Start of the season, before the season.
Mate, 1st of March 2025, you popped up a couple of little features.
I'll ask you, what do you reckon, Josh Dacos?
I wouldn't be banking that.
In the squad?
But I'll be banking that. $13
He's
for
currently
Hubert.
$1.30, Hugh McCluggage. If he doesn't make it, Kane, hand your licence in as a selector.
You've got a few in that category, don't you?
Hand the licence in.
Question without notice, Jack Gunston, can you treat him as a small forward?
Nothing, mate.
Can you treat him as a small forward and take that All-Australian spot?
Wow.
Or he has to go up.
He's kicked 60 goals.
He's in.
What he's done.
60's not enough to get you in.
What he's done.
It's in.
60's not enough to get
I kicked 62 and missed out.
There it is.
How did you miss
Were you
with
selecting
62?
back then?
I wasn't. I was playing.
heard a few things
I was
about
playing.
You would have been in my team. 62 and missed, that's funny.
I know.
It's a tragedy. Shot clock, let's put 30 seconds on the clock. And so Nas, just 30 mil over 12.
It's a bad deal.
You're a money guy.
You're a stock market guy.
Would you have turned down 30?
Don't need 30 seconds. No.
No, I wouldn't. Some sort of trigger, something to get me close to 30 mil.
It's unbelievable, but well done to secure
Hey, he just backs himself, the young man. So
Great story.
You've got to admire that.
That's exactly right.
Good for footy.
Now, what about from a Saints point of view? Are you a little concerned how much currency they've got in a couple of players?
Yes, I would be. So it's about 22% of their salary cap in 2 players for next year.
And if you wanted to add Lekalia to that conversation, you're going higher
again.
again.
And then Liam Ryan as well is going to come in from West Coast as well. So there is a lot of
players getting minimum chips.
Which
the rest of them.
Which I think would be maybe, as we've heard, reported, just having a few of them question.
I don't mind it though. It's bold.
What am I worth?
Have a crack. Don't be mediocre, which is where they've been.
Okay, well then it's going to be interesting. After a couple of years, they're going to have the conversation with him to take a little less to stay around. Now, remember, I'm the newsbreaker amongst the 3 of us. I think they win this weekend.
Do you?
Port, they send him off in style, Kenny. Do
I
you
hope
agree?
so. I don't think so. I don't think I've got enough talent.
It's not news, that's a guess.
To get it done against Gold Coast, who will be looking for a big response. But yeah, well done to Kenny. I hope the Port Adelaide fans turn up. I know there's a lot of frustrated Port fans and actually clap him and not boo him. I'll be mortified if Port Adelaide fans treat him poorly this week.
Yeah, they should get around him. Biggest banana peel game of the season, that for Gold Coast. It's a horrible situation.
It's a shocking situation for them. Nick Dacos, their Langdon tag. So we're getting awfully close towards this Brownlow. It'd be line ball stuff. What do you think?
Do they tag him?
I don't reckon. I think Troy Chaplin started Melksham on the bench, which was the most bizarre coaching move I've seen this year.
Could have been sore, though, you don't know.
Well, don't play him. If he's sore, don't play him. Well, what if there was an injury in the first quarter? He had to get through a whole game. So I'm not sure what Troy Chaplin, the interim coach, is doing.
Okay, another ex-teammate of yours.
Drive-by.
Interim, another drive-by. No one is safe. Stay with us. You're watching Kick Ons. Welcome back to Kick Ons with an All-Australian and a guy that was robbed from All-Australian. Over and under, the competition that you launched, but at the moment you are getting schooled by my man.
Hang on. It's compressing.
You've been schooled.
It's a big lead.
And there's an issue this week.
Call it as it is.
He's now trying to protect his lead.
Don't be silly. Houston, we don't have a problem. That's where we start. Dan, what do we think?
Well, he's just in awful form. So 18 and a half, you have to go under, don't you? You have to.
Yeah.
His average would be under that for the year, and I think the safe bet is to go under.
Yeah, he's had some games where he's had 8 or 9 in the first quarter and still gone under. So No idea what's going on with him this season. You've got to be under.
He's playing Melbourne.
Kick-outs. He should be taking every single kick-out, which would then push his number up. Beautiful kick, but for whatever reason, they don't give him that licence.
I'm going to disagree with you guys, so you want to follow me. I reckon he's going to go over. Zach Butters?
Oh, this is the best of the lot. Over. Gold Coast do not tag. Kenny's last game. Kenny and Zach Butters love each other. He wants to play well. That is my most confident one, him to go over.
Well, that's didn't go well for you last week when you said that. Zach Butters, over. I agree. Best bet of the weekend.
Okay, yes. You gave him
So we agree.
You gave him a spear and then agreed with him. What about Chad?
This is a tricky one. Because the Chad doesn't get a lot of the footy for a midfielder because he's so dynamic and he runs away. He doesn't get the 1-2s very often. But against West Coast, the club he almost went and played for, him and Don Pike are close. They're golf buddies. I'll take him over.
I agree with Josh on that. I'm going over.
Oh, gosh, this is a love him. What about Lockie Ash?
Lockie Ash, I'm going to go over as well. The halfback from the Giants had a big year. Probably trailed off a little bit, but yeah, I think...
Pretty big line, isn't it?
No, he's been going over that. I'm surprised the line was 1 or 2 possessions lower than it's been. Wondering whether the Saints might put some time into him. He has regressed a little bit.
What about the Bond? So this is a big number. So he's got to go 30 here.
Under.
Super confident under.
Yeah, definitely under. I mean, he will impact the game in a way, but he only needs his 22, 23. He'll spend a bit of time forward, I think. So, yeah, I'm very confident that he's not going to get to 30.
As am I.
Oh, my God, you're agreeing all the way through. This is a lot of kumbaya.
How am I going to make up the lead?
Something to disagree with?
This one.
Okay, what do you think?
It's just a hard one. It's a hard line. No Berry, so he maybe plays some more time in the midfield. But with all the midfielders going through there, he's a tackling machine. So if it was 10 tackles, I'd go, yeah, but 26 is a reasonably large number for him.
I'll go over because of no Neil. He's their primary inside guy. His numbers have been rock solid since Neil's been out of the team. So there you go.
More value again.
Once again, my man is flexing.
Can't eat value, Jason.
That's right. But at the moment, it's winning, so maybe you want to take both of them. 45, 05 and 42 is an absolute beauty. A quick break. You're watching Kick Ons. Papers are dropping on Monday.
Yes, the Giants, do not forget about them. They had some terrible losses in the finals last year. They'll be spurred on. They're ready to rock and roll.
They killed Kenny. A shocking way to treat Kenny this year from Port Adelaide, and I'm glad for him that it's all over.
And let's get the real stuff. Finals footy. Woohoo! Can't wait for Kick Ons to cover that.
We've got a bye round first.
But we've got Legends game, and you're going to be front and centre there somehow, no doubt, and Kane will be commentating. Footy Trip, I've stuffed up. The best we can do is go to Gladstone Park. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to get a bit more aggressive than what you two snoozers have been doing. I am going with a nice multi here. So the Swans and Giants to win head-to-head. Just a nice, easy couple of winners there. Collingwood at the line and Freo at the line.
What about our multi? Everyone's got to have a little leg of the multi.
Pies at the line for me.
I'm going to go Tom Stewart, 23 plus, back into form, Tom Stewart.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's going really well. Check it all out on our Kick Ons feed. And for me, I reckon Port Adelaide can cover the line.
Don't ruin our multi.
Banana peel.
Like you did last week.
Oh.
You ruined the Footy Trip and the multi.
To be nice.
You did.
Oh, I know, but check it out.
Keep that up and we're going to put you on a plane.
Yeah.
Okay, it's unbelievable. Hey, hope you enjoyed our Mighty Show Kick-Ons. Have a big weekend.
Can't wait for it.
Both of you, absolutely nail it. Make sure you join us next week on Kick-Ons.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.